everybody, what's up? Hope everybody had a good weekend. Welcome to my channel. I'm Rick, your host. This channel is all about Bible prophecy, folks, and our soon return of our Lord Jesus Christ. At an imminent moment, he can come and get us, folks. That is how close I believe we are to the rapture of the church. Today's date is the 28th. I always never look at my date before I start. I have to squinch my eyes, look at it, and January 2024 is moving fast, folks. I've never seen the time. January is almost over, folks. Can you believe that? So much has happened in 1 month. That is how fast things are moving. In 1 month, folks, the first month of January, from January 1st all the way up to today, look how much has happened in just the past 3.5 weeks. Folks, can you imagine what it's going to be like in the next 5 months from now? If 2024 is making 2023 look like a walk in the park compared to this year. I cannot believe the realness of all this stuff. And we're on the verge of a civil war, folks. It's happening right now. They're sending troops. They may send troops from all these states that are with Texas. And they're going to send them straight to Texas to counteract Biden's border crisis. So, yeah. Now, folks, before I begin, let me click something here. Folks, before I begin here, and I'm going to tell you right now, it only takes a second. Just hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything to do it. And hit the like button. All the people that are viewing this broadcast, smash the like button. It'll help the video be in the search results in suggested videos. It'll help us get our message out to the people that are lost. Or people that are saved, they want to hear the good news of how the imminent return of Christ is so near. Folks, I believe this is going to be the year, folks. I swear it, I think it's going to be the year. I don't know, I got this feeling, folks, that the rapture is going to happen this year. It has to happen this year. Because I don't feel right about 2025. I don't feel like we belong in that year. I think this is our year, folks. You, me, every one of us are going home. And I can't set the day or an hour or the year. I just have a good feeling about this year. Because the way everything started, okay, this year, that is how bad I think 2024 is going to be compared to 23. Okay? Yeah, keep smashing the like button, folks. I see my view count going up pretty fast. I'm going to check something here. Button, folks. I see my view from all these states. Okay, good. I got sound. Making sure. I know I'm supposed to check that before, but got to make sure. What an show opening I did there for y'all. Let's see what's going on in the chat room here, folks. Ron, welcome to the chat. I don't think I've seen you here before. Ron, hit that subscribe button. Rosa, and all my new subscribers that saw me on Uptime Community, they're still blowing up my videos on Uptime right now. They still are. They're making new videos out of my video that's on there. I've gotten subscribers telling me in the comments box that they seen me, or they said, we seen you on Uptime. We decided we went over to your channel to subscribe. Thank you very much, folks, for doing that. Okay. Lots going on. Yes, there is. Error, welcome. My moderator will be here shortly. Tiffany's. Give it up for her when she gets here. I don't know if she's going to be here tonight. Let's see. I did get a text message from her just now, I think. All right. Let me just text her back. All right. She sounds like she's coming this way. So, okay, guys. Let me see who else is here. Crystal, thank you. Welcome. Infamous 145, thank you for coming to my room or to my broadcast. Dolly, yes. Uptime, guys, thanks. Yes, I might be back on Uptime. They may have me back a second time, folks. I don't know. We'll see. They might. I just know from Bob, he said he can't wait to get me back on there again. So there's a good chance it could happen, folks. So prayers and that, I hope I get to go on there on a regular basis would be nice. I know I see the same people on there every week. Maybe I could be one of those people. Okay, Tiffany. Hey, thank you, Tiffany, for showing up. She's our moderator. Tiffany, keep the peace. Okay, guys. Everybody respect everybody's opinions. Please respect everybody in this chat room. Okay, or you'll have to deal with Tiffany. Okay? She's our moderator. Michael, Duncan, thank you for coming to the chat. Wow, okay. 11 minutes into the show, folks. How bad is it going to get in 2024, folks? Okay? How bad is it going to get in 2024 before God has had enough? Where he says, blow the horns, get them out of there. I'm going to start judging the world. When, folks, is the big question. Question is, when are we going home? Is it going to be in 2024? It looks good so far. The way everything, it looks hot. Because we got Iran threatening to wipe Israel off the map. Right now they're threatening again. Israel's planning on a big attack on Hezbollah. If that happens, we know Iran's going to activate that 150,000 rockets, or 150,000 rockets that are all pointed at Israel. If that happens, folks, I believe the rapture will be triggered because Israel will not be able to defend herself because their Iron Dome can only hold up to so many of those rockets. I think they're good for 10,000 rockets. After that, folks, it's game over for Israel. God he's got to step in. The Antichrist will have to come out and be a referee and stop it. Guess what? You know the Antichrist can't come out, guys. You know why? Because we're stopping him. And I'll tell you why. Because the Bible says the holy restrainer is the key to keeping him from showing his face onto the world scene. When the rapture comes, he will spare no time, folks. I promise you. Within the 24 hours after the rapture, he's going to get out there as quickly as possible. You know Satan's not going to wait around. He's going to immediately take over the world with the Antichrist. The Antichrist will be all about making moves to create a two-state solution. Okay? Which brings me to this. Listen to this carefully, folks. The Antichrist, the Biden administration in our country is pushing for that two-state solution. In the Bible, folks, it says, if a nation tries to divide my land, the nation, I shall divide their land as a punishment. And then, when you look at the news just the past 48 hours, the United States is branching off into red and blue for this possible civil war. We have 25 states that are divided up in the United States, and the ones that are not on board with that are, I guess, opposing it. Okay? There's a divide beginning to happen. And there's an eclipse that just so happens to be coming up. The solar eclipse, that the annual eclipse is coming up on April 8th. And you look at the path, the trajectory path of the last one that happened, it was like this, okay? The other one is a direct cross path. It looks like this over the United States. It's an X over the United States, folks. An X. It means there's a cross, a crisscross. It's like somebody is blotting the United States out. We see the divide, conquer and divide, and the X right in the middle of it too. Folks, could this moon eclipse be the reason that will herald in this big civil war that's coming? We're talking that these guys, National Guards, are all in the states that are in 25 that are supporting the border closure, could go against, if Biden has to send his martial law and everybody else, they could collide. I'm saying they could collide together, folks, and bring about bullet for bullet, American soldier against American soldier, a civil war, folks. And if that happens, God only knows how ugly that will get really quick. We don't want that to happen. We don't want it to happen. But we don't want it. Is we are to pray for our president as well as everybody else. I don't care how bad some people hate him. We're supposed to love our enemies. And I'm not saying Biden's our enemy. He's not my enemy. He's trying to do his job. Give him a chance. I get it. There's some things I don't like about ways to handle this thing. But we still need to pray for our president. And pray for everybody. Because Jesus said that we're supposed to love our neighbors. Love our enemies. And we're supposed to get along. Okay? With one another. In the heavens. And God says that, you enter my kingdom. You do not want to be entering his kingdom with a grudge against this person and that person. You want to enter his kingdom at the day of the rapture with love, but nothing but love on you. You want to shine like a beacon in the heavens. And that's what we're doing here, to set an example for the non-believers. Yeah, look at the chat room. It's going off. I'm just reading some of these right here. Well, yeah, I can show it to y'all. All you got to do is Google the eclipse coming up April 8th. You'll see the crisscross. So, yeah, a lot of news is going on right now about this border stuff, okay? It's going off like crazy, okay? I've got a whole bunch of people tonight. Thank you guys for showing up. You know what it is? I'm sorry if I spur the moment on you guys and only give you a couple hours notice that I'm going live. Now I'm going to start doing it like a day before, maybe 2 days before. It gives all my subscribers to chance to, to do the, you hit the, if you see it come up in your subscription, there's a little notification button. So when I go live, you'll be notified. So everybody that's viewing this broadcast, smash the like button. Just do it. It'll help this video get noticed more. Okay. Anyways. Steven Johnson, yes, I am from Texas, but I live in California until the middle of this year, and I'm going back. I can't wait to get back out of California. It sucks. You go to Texas, guys, or, go where you gotta go. But, Texas weather is okay. And I live in this state here in Florida, so. Okay, well, I'm gonna pace myself on this show here. I'm gonna look and see. Hold on, before I do that. Remember, I'm doing this live on the fly. It's a little harder to do than doing a recorded show or a recording of me, because you have time to pull all your stuff up. So let me just do this.
The United States.
This guy right here, I'm just going to show you just a quick clip of him. I'm going to, promote him, I guess, obviously. And I want you to subscribe to this guy. I did. And, let me just put this in my little browser here, window. Ooh, the screen goes black. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry to turn the lights off. Studio mode allows me to do that. Okay. There, now I'm staying on cam. I hope I am. Okay, hold on, let's see. Window capture. Okay. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Alright, guys. Take a look at this. People are talking about this everywhere. Alright? Check this out. Listen to this guy.
The United States has just been divided, and this is not good for the American people. The concern right now is we are all at each other's throats. We are all a threat to one another. And the United States and the Biden administration is a threat to each and every one of us as well. I'm going to break down what's going on right now. This is highly concerning, and according to experts, this concern is only going to amplify. This is going to increase in intensity, and we are going to see this thing really pop off over the next 1 to 2 weeks. So get ready, because this is starting to go from bad to worse in a hurry. Now, all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin.
Okay, this guy here subscribed to Snyder Reports. I did, as you can see. He's really good. He informs a lot. Now, I'm going to go over to NY Prepper, another channel I'm subscribed to. He's live. I believe he's live. No, hold on. Hold on 1 second here. Did he go live? Just a little bit. He streamed 1 minute. His show just ended 1 minute ago. And here's what his show is all about. Emergency alert. U.S. troops in KIA by Iranian proxies. U.S. planning a full-scale retaliation. Woo, folks. This stuff is... I've told you, folks. This year is heating up quick. I mean, you just see the title of the video right there? I have to do a whole show tomorrow night about that. If that's, I'm going to dig into that, see what that's all about. Wow, man. You know, it's 2024 is not sparing 1 minute, folks. It's not sparing 1 minute, okay, of it. It's not letting back the punch. It's not holding back any punches. 24 is like this the whole time, the whole freaking month. It's been swinging punches as soon as it went to 24 at midnight. Earthquake happened. There was an invasion on that night too. 2 things right away. Look it up in Google if you don't believe me. Type in Google past events on the 1st of January 2024 and you'll see it. Earthquake struck in different areas. One in New York, all around the globe at once. January 1st. An invasion. Israel got invaded, or some kind of invasion, a major invasion. It happened. It was a surprise attack, again, from Iranian proxies on the midnight, why the ball was dropping. Right at midnight it happened. Like I said, 2024 came out swinging right away. It didn't even wait for the bell. And I knew right away, I said, oh boy, it's already beginning on the 1st. I said, this year is going to be a super prophetic year, folks. And I, so far, has been right on my money so far. So, this is crazy, folks. Here's another video right here.
You say you want to secure the border.
Let me play this video real quick. And I want you to subscribe to these people too, alright? Since I'm going to use some of their content, I might as well ask you to subscribe to them. And this is under the Free Press Act, or there's a name for it. And, okay, let me just do this. We go to scene. Okay, let me play this. Check this out. Here's the video. This was uploaded just a little bit ago. 15 hours ago. Listen what this fella has to say. Just now, Texas prepares for confrontation. None not backing out. Okay, plus all 25 of those states. On Texas, on Biden migrants 2024. Let's listen to this fella. Please subscribe to U.S. immigration updates. In fact, I have to do that right now. See how I just did that? I forgot to do it. Here we go.
Texas has secured it.
Nice intro.
Mr. President, you say you want to secure the border. Texas has secured it. Leave it alone. We don't need you down here.
Governor Greg Abbott said in an interview Friday that Texas is prepared for any conflict between state and federal authorities.
There are signs the Biden administration may be backing down from a standoff between the state of Texas and the feds at the southern border.
Texas officials say they will not comply with a deadline tonight to allow Border Patrol access to Shelby Park in Eagle Pass. And Border Patrol agents say for now there are no plans to remove razor wire, even though a court ruling allows agents to do so. Meanwhile, more Republican states say they will send National Guard resources to the border.
Along the border in Eagle Pass, it appears Texas is in charge, and some want it to stay that way.
Mr. President, you say you want to secure the border. Texas has secured it. Leave it alone. We don't need you down here.
A Friday deadline that the federal government set for the state to let federal agents access a park in Eagle Pass will apparently pass with no changes. The state took control of the high crossing area earlier this month, even though the feds said they needed it to do their job. A court ruling Monday also paved the way for the feds to take down razor wire, but Texas has since added more. It prompted some calls for the federal government to take over the Texas Guard.
And I would remind everyone that the circumstances under which the federal government can mobilize a state's National Guard are outlined in the law, right? So that I'll leave that there, but I'm just not going to get into speculations on any actions the president's going to take at this time.
Governor Greg Abbott said in an interview Friday that Texas is prepared for any conflict between state and federal authorities.
All we can do is be as prepared as possible, deploy as many people as possible, do as much as possible to put up more border barriers and deny illegal entry. And our head is down. We're working hard, regardless of what the Biden administration is doing.
Meanwhile, more Republicans appear to be souring on a congressional border security deal. Speaker Mike Johnson told colleagues Friday leaked details about the plan lead him to believe the plan would be dead on arrival in the House. It comes after former President Donald Trump said a border deal now would be a gift to Democrats. Immigration is a top issue for voters, but some Republicans still want to see action sooner.
I think they should try to get something done. That's my personal opinion. But regardless of whether they do or not, there's actions that the president can take right now to help the governor instead of working against him.
Well, look, I mean, the Supreme Court is the highest, law, court of the land. It is. And they made a ruling. And, on Tuesday, as you guys probably saw, DHS sent Texas a letter outlining the access Border Patrol needs in Shelby Park, for example, to do their jobs, and demanding Texas confirm this access will be honored. Border Patrol needs to have access in order to do their job. They just do. And, what we're seeing from Governor Abbott, you've heard me say this over and over again, they're making it harder. He's making it harder for Border Patrol to do their jobs. They need access. And right now, they don't have that. And it's under the Constitution of the United States that federal law is the supreme law of the land. And any conflicting state is preempted. That's the law.
So you think they're failing to comply with the court's orders?
I mean, it's the law. It is literally the law. I mean, it is the law. And what we want is Border Patrol to be able to do their jobs. And right now, Governor Abbott is getting in the way. And you see it, DHS sent a letter on this. I would refer you to to what they wrote.
Is DHS still trying to work with the Texas National Guard?
Look, DHS wants the Border Patrol agents to have access. They want them to be able to do their job so that they can follow the law. When Border Patrol is trying to have access to that area, they're actually trying to enforce the law. That's what they're trying to do. And Governor Abbott is getting in the way of that. And so they're trying to do their job, enforce the law, make sure that they are able to do what they are meant to be doing as Border Patrol agents.
So they're communicating with the Texas National Guard.
I mean, I would refer you to the DHS on communication. I'm not tracking every communication that they're having. What I'm saying more broadly, which is true, which is Border Patrol needs to be able to do their job, and they're getting in the way of it.
And just a quick one on the border talks. We understand, we and others have reported that the White House has said that they would accept limiting parole at the border as a condition in the Senate border talks. Can you confirm?
I cannot confirm that from here. I'm going to let the negotiators have their their process, go through their process. We appreciate, we think it's happening in good faith. We think there's been progress, and we want to see a bipartisan agreement here.
Thank you, John. Why are you guys making it easier for people to enter the country illegally?
I don't believe we are. Why do you think we are?
Well, you guys sued to cut razor wire that was put in place by Texas officials.
So that the Border Patrol could actually do their jobs, but keep going.
Well, you won in court, so now what? The Border Patrol Union president is saying the Supreme Court's decision is going to undoubtedly encourage more illegal immigration. Do you guys know better than the Border Patrol Union?
The Border Patrol needed access, and that's why we sued to get rid of that razor wire, so that they could do their jobs. And you know what would also help them do their jobs, Peter? More Border Patrol agents. There's an idea. And if you go back to the supplemental request that we put in, there's money in there for some 1,300 additional Border Patrol agents. We want to help them do their jobs. We want to give them more resources. And the answer we keep getting back from House Republicans is no, no, no.
Does razor wire work?
Does razor wire work for what? Does it work for the Border Patrol to allow them to have the access they need to be able to better process people that are trying to get across the border? I don't think so, and that's why we asked for it to be removed.
Sounds to me like he froze up on that one question. You see how quiet he got after they asked that question? Number two, the border guys, sure, send them there and let them do their job, but guess what? They can give them a special access to go in through a certain part of the barbed wire that's open for the guards to get in and out. Sure, they'll let you in. But that sounds to me like Biden wants them to cut all the wiring and remove the whole thing. So that way, overnight, these all the little guys, they all start sneaking in. Huh. You know, that just ain't gonna work, man. So, yeah. I don't know. You decide what you think, what needs to be done. Let's continue.
But what is the president's plan? This is happening just weeks after 300,000 people came into this country over the southern border illegally. The razor wire, officials down there think, was keeping some of them out. And you guys just sued and won to remove it.
On behalf of the Border Patrol, who needed to have better access to it. Look, let me go back to your other question. And I know I'm running short on time, so I won't filibuster here, but what's the plan? Please look at the stuff we've put forward. The immigration reform legislation that the president put forward on day one. The work we're doing in the region. Just last week, we had Mexican officials here to talk about how together we have and will continue to try to stem the flow of migrants. You mentioned the numbers. No question there's a lot of people trying to make that journey, but it's not just to the United States, it's to other countries in the world, in the region. We're seeing historic movement. Not since World War II have we seen this many people on the move in this hemisphere. And the Mexicans are really stepping up and trying to do more on their southern border to keep that flow going north lower. And we have seen in recent weeks some success at that. The idea that we don't have a plan or a strategy or we're not taking this seriously is just not borne out by the facts. And, you know, again, if the folks on the House Republican side are serious about border security, and they claim they are, then they should act on the supplemental request and, you know, let's negotiate this in good faith. The president has said he's willing to make...
What are you talking about? They are serious. They're bordering, they're putting the barbed wire up. They're fixing this problem that they're letting so terrorists don't get into our country and bomb the hell out of us. With all of us involved in all the wars, of course.
Compromises. He's willing to negotiate in good faith. So let's have that discussion.
The tensions led the Border Patrol Union to issue a statement Friday, saying in part, rank-and-file Border Patrol agents are not going to start arresting Texas National Guard members for following their lawful orders. That's fake news.
Tensions between Texas and the Biden administration have reached a boiling point as the Lone Star State continues to defy an emergency injunction from the Supreme Court and block federal border agents into the state to cut razor wire it's been installing over the past few weeks. 25 other states have signed a letter pledging to support Texas as it installs razor wire on the southern border, with some sending members of their own state and National Guard to assist with the installation process. They wrote, "We stand in solidarity with our fellow governor, Greg Abbott, and the state of Texas in utilizing every tool and strategy, including razor wire fences, to secure the border. We do it in part because the Biden administration is refusing to enforce immigration laws already on the books and is illegally allowing mass parole across America of migrants who entered our country illegally."
But it wasn't just Republicans who backed Abbott's decision to buck the feds. Presidential hopeful RFK Jr. wrote, "Texas is right. Biden's failure to secure the border leaves states no choice but to take matters into their own hands. As president, I will end this humanitarian crisis once and for all. I will secure the border and destroy the business model of the drug cartels. A country without borders is not a country at all."
Well, folks, okay. Pretty crazy stuff times we are living in. But this is the current map, the support map, all the red states that are in support with Texas. Do you see the divide right here? It's sort of divided. You notice AZ, all this right here, the white parts or the gray parts up here, it kind of looks like it's divided. I mean, it sort of looks divided a little bit, but it's divided in different states. Okay? Yeah, okay, guys. And somebody said they want to move out of California. I don't blame you. Oh, boy. Anyways, we go back on that. It says right here, U.S. 25 state governors signed a petition to support Texas against federal government that is updated map supporting Texas. This is an updated map. Anyways, let me get out of this here, folks. You see what is going on here, folks, in 2024? You know, okay, let me go back to the chat room, see what's going on here. We got a nice view, a lot of people watching right now. A lot of new people are watching. Folks, if you just joined us, it only takes 2 seconds of your time. Just click the little subscribe button. It takes 2 seconds of your time. Click the like button too. It'll help this video climb the algorithm of YouTube. When the more the active a video is, the more view it gets, the more likes it puts it in front of the search results in suggested videos. This will help get the truth out to people. We're trying to save souls and lead them to Jesus Christ, folks. Do your part and hit the like button and subscribe. Okay? Let me just see what's going on in the chat room real quick. Okay, yep. But folks, you do see the dividing that's going on. I'm just reading all these looking at all these comments here. This chat room is really going off. Chat rate 7. Oh, that's awesome, folks. Tiffany, is it getting a little busy there for you? You never seen my chat room go off like this, man. Crystal Bell, thank you for livening up the chat room here. She's the most active chatter on here. I am out. Everyone's sending NG would mistake that's the setup. Oh, that's his user handle. Okay. Yeah, you remember back then, Tiffany, when the chat room didn't even move? It was like 3 people chatting. Remember the slow days on that? Now the chat room's like, psh. Hey, welcome, Watchwoman, and wow, okay, let's keep this show moving, folks. Okay, hold on. Let me go to let's go to this Twitter here. Oh, okay. All right, just 1 second here. Let's see, Texas. Okay. Moving right along, guys. Give me 1 second here. Trying to get the most current here. What's the name of that one site again? Man, I forgot the name of it. Man. HomeNet Daily, is that it? Did anybody hear about the militia being sent there? I heard militias are coming there too. I mean, a lot of people are getting involved in this, folks. Okay. Here's something from Business Insider. I'm going to put this up on the screen here, folks. All right. This is from Business Insider. Look at this. Read the title, folks. Top Putin ally says a destructive civil confrontation. Look at that. Let me read that again, folks. Top Putin ally says a destructive civil confrontation could happen in the U.S. over Texas. Border standoff. Look at this picture, folks. I mean, look at that. Migrants wait in line. This is May 10th, 2023. Okay, I don't know if that was a new picture or not. For a minute, I thought it was new. Former Russian president and ally Vladimir Putin taunted the Biden administration over Texas border crisis and suggested a destructive civil confrontation in the U.S. could be coming. And he's right, it could. And you know what I heard, folks? And I thought about it, is that now that the countries that don't like us, like Iran, North Korea, I would believe so, you know, and we're heated between Russia a little bit too, that if we do have a civil war and it gets really bad, where bullets are flying in every state, that may they will show, that will basically, other countries over there, this could be their opportunity to attack the United States. And I'm not saying it's going to happen, and I'm not condoning it, wishing it would happen. I'm just saying that would be their window, since we're bogged down with an actual war going on in our soil here in America. Now, I heard this too, and I don't know if this is true or not, that Russia brought some troops down there in Cuba to train, and I think they're there now doing special training. And and I've heard rumors about China's troops are training up there in Canada. Anybody hear about that? Well, I'm just saying, if they see we're bogged down in a civil war, all of a sudden Chinese and Russian troops start showing up in the middle of the civil war, that's not good, folks. That's called an invasion of this country, folks. And I can't think of a better time when the U.S. is in a big distress at that moment. It could be at its weakest point at that time, folks. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know if that's going to happen. It could, though. That's crazy if that happens, folks. Well, what do you think, folks? Do you all think something like that can happen? Do you really think that the United States could become under attack by the countries that want to see us go down? If we plunge into a big civil war, could it be that China and Russia or whoever that doesn't like us, that would be a window of opportunity to join into the war, and they actually would just come in and just start firing on everybody? Can you imagine a civil war going on at the same time, folks, and then China and Russia invade the U.S.? Folks, there's an X being drawn over the United States on April 8th. The celestial full moon, the eclipse, draws a X over the United States, folks. Are you listening to me, folks? An X. Okay? I'm not playing around, folks, and you shouldn't be either, folks. Okay? I'm not playing around at all about this. There's something going down, folks. Okay? Tiffany wanted a picture of the lunar X over the United States. I'm going to get it now. Eclipse 2024 solar eclipse. Hold on, I put it in wrong. Right here, folks. All right, I should have it up on the screen for you right here. There it is, Tiffany. If you wanted to look at it, there it is. That's the path of the entire eclipse. The new one is obviously the other line that's going through the United States. The old one is the one that's going towards Columbia, Columbia all the way up to Salem. And then the other one is slated to happen on April 8th, 2024. That's, wow. Hey, look at this, folks. Everybody, look what I'm about to show you. I just caught this now. If you look closely at this screen, this image, can I blow it up? How do I do that? Let's see. Hold on a second here. That looks a lot better out, guys. Do you see that? I hope you all can see this. The path of totality. The first path, Salem to Columbia. Okay, I hope we're seeing that. I don't know, is this thing picking up my cursor? Hold on. It should be picking up my cursor, I hope. And then you look at the other one. It starts on April 8th, 2024. Look where the path goes through, folks. Look down at Texas. It goes through Mexico, goes through El Dorado, and then goes right smack through Dallas, Texas, through Austin, and then Little Rock. And it makes its way all the way up. Wow, isn't that strange, folks? Let me say it again. The solar eclipse that's coming up on April 8th, the one that everybody's talking about, goes right smack through Texas. It goes all the way up to Burlington, all the way up to Maine and all that. And it draws an X over the United States. It's not almost over the United States, it's over the United States. I don't know about you folks, that's just weird as heck. Okay? You saw that. I mean, look at that. What do you all think, man? What do you think? What do you think's going on here? What do you think the Lord's trying to send a sign? Thank you, Truth Seeker. Yeah, you're right about that. Good point. Folks, I personally think if this, I think we're going to be raptured on 8th. It could happen, folks. It could happen. It could happen on April 8th. I think it'll happen right after the eclipse is done or during the eclipse. Like I said, folks, we're trying to divide Israel, folks. Listen to my words. We are trying to divide Israel. Our administration right now is trying to divide Israel. God says, whoever nation that divides the nation of Israel, I shall divide their land, folks. Get it through your head, folks. This is happening. We are being divided right now, folks. This is nothing to mess with. Okay? We're getting ready to see a civil war, possibly. Okay? This is not going to go away pretty, folks. They're not going to come to some quick deal. Biden said that he's going to be like, well, you agreed to fund Ukraine some more packages. Okay, we'll let you probably have your barbed wire up. Okay? And also fund, well, they said fund Israel. I'm in support of Israel. Of course we can fund Israel and help them out. Yeah. But the Ukraine thing's probably not going to go well with most of them. Okay? And some other terms I think he laid out. Folks, this is probably not going to end pretty, folks. Pretty, folks. Okay. Guys, if you just joined us, please smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, okay? If you haven't done that already, okay, I implore you to do it. It helps our channel grow. It helps get the truth out there, okay? I'm going to make a small little commercial for that. You know, I need to. Wow, guys, everybody's engaging in the chat. I appreciate that. We are going home, folks. I don't know about you, but we are going home soon. Something is up about this year, folks. Something is up about this year. I love hearing myself say it because I know it means something good's coming our way. Something is up with 2024, folks. It is not a normal year compared to 23, 22, 21, 2020. 2020, the pandemic happened. Okay, wow, that's a big birth pain. Okay, but nothing happened. We're still here. Obviously, I wouldn't be talking to you. We would all be in heaven right now if the rapture would have happened in 2020. I thought the pandemic would bring the rapture because the whole planet was on a standstill. Okay? Sure enough, nothing happened. Everybody's back out partying again. Oh, nothing's going to happen. We're going to be just fine. Everything's going to get back to normal. Total no, it's not going to get back to normal. Everything's going to be, it's going to get worse and worse, folks. Okay? Whether you like it or not, we're going to see it get worse and worse. And if we make it to 2025, which will be very shocked if it happens, folks, we are not going to probably make it to that year the way this year is going. I will be shocked if we make it there. If we get to 2025, folks, you haven't seen nothing. 2024, boxing gloves are on. 2025, brass knuckles and the gloves are off. It's going to be a lot worse than this year. Oh my God, I can't imagine what that year is going to look like if we make it to that year. Okay? So, this has been the most prophetic month. This month is a month to remember. Only God knows what's going to happen in February. We're going to have a few more days, folks, so we're in February's coming up. And what's going to happen, folks? Only God knows the future. Perfectly he knows the future, folks. Only God knows the future. He knows every single thing of every second of the day that's going to happen. He knows every car that's going to pass through the red lights that are going to blow through every red light in the world at that second. He knows the number of the hair on our heads. He knows everything, folks. Okay? You don't think God is timing all these events to line up to the rapture? The rapture is already set in stone, folks. God decided the rapture. He decided the day and hour, folks. Already, before the foundation of the earth was done, before you were born, everything was decided already. Before he created everything, he already knew the day and hour. All the events transpired had to happen all the way up to this day, until the day that the Lord's going to come and rapture his church. He's putting the chess pieces in place, folks. These are all the chess pieces we're seeing. He's moving things around right now. We got front row seats to this, folks. Okay? We're seeing it happen right now. Okay? Yes. Absolutely. This world is in one big hot mess right now, folks. Okay? This is a hot mess. Okay? You know, I don't know what else I can't think of a lot of stuff right now that could possibly go wrong. There's a lot. But like I said, God is going to, you know, time is running out. We're on borrowed time. The Lord's it's going to run out. And the Lord's going to be like, he's going to say enough. He's had it. He's had enough of this. And that's it. The horn's going to blow and we're out of here. It's going to happen in 1/10 of a second. When he says it's enough, get them out of there. I'm going to start judging. He's going to get on with it. And then it's going to be it, folks. That's it. We're gone. The judgments are going to happen. And they're going to wish they listened. The ones that didn't believe in Jesus Christ. Yeah, you need to believe in Jesus Christ. I'm talking to you folk, the ones that are not saved. If you're tuned in and you're uncertain of your salvation, this is not a time to be screwing around, because the rapture can happen before I finish my sentence, folks. That is how quick these things are going on right now. Okay? And folks, don't put videos out saying the rapture's going to happen on this day and hour, because you're a fool if you do it. No one knows the day and hour. I don't know the day and hour. All I know is that the way things are lining up, it looks like it could happen this year. Because, like I said before, 2024 came out swinging. Immediately things started happening when the ball dropped. When we rolled over into midnight, into the new year, things started happening right away. It didn't wait around like 2023 did. It took it took 3-4 weeks things to start happening. Maybe longer than that in 23. That's this year is probably just going to be a little worse than last year when we got to 23. Then I thought about 2024. I felt a bad feeling about that year, because now that Israel got attacked, they say if Israel falls apart, the whole world's going to fall apart. Folks, you mess with Israel, your country's going to get messed with back by God. Mark my words. If you try to divide Israel, guess what happens? God will divide your country. That is what we're seeing right now, folks. Okay? You saw it. The totality of the country, folks. And God will rescue Israel. You're right about that, Ken. I wonder who that is. Is that one of the guys on Uptime? I wonder if that is him. Ken Switzer. Hold on a second, folks. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. I'm looking up someone. Anyways, guys, I hope you all like this show so far. Please hit the subscribe button or hit like if you like it. People that are viewing this show, please smash the like button and subscribe. Give me a second, guys. I'm just doing something here. Give me a minute. My throat hurts a little bit. Sorry if I'm hurting your ears, folks, yelling on here. But I'm getting excited because the time is near, folks. The world needs to know that Jesus Christ can come for his church at any moment, folks. And I'm so excited about all this, folks. I'm really excited. I hope you are too, folks. Okay? I really do. I'm really excited about this, folks. Give me 1 second, folks, here. That's not person I thought it was. Okay. Let me just X out of all this stuff here. Let me get back to that article I was just talking about, folks, okay? Anyways, Dmitry Medvedev, which is the former president, fill-in for Vladimir Putin, they said on here, he called him a senile old man, Biden, for the high numbers of migrants trying to cross into the U.S., at the southern border, posted on X Friday, which is Twitter. Despite between Texas Governor Greg Abbott and the federal government has been escalating over the state using razor wire to deter immigrants. So it goes on. You can look at this article here, folks. Okay? Business Insider. And let me just go back out, go to some other articles here. I gotta look at this before I post it here. You know, they're not refreshing this, making it newer articles here. Hold on a second, folks.
I'll submit to you that.
Okay, give me a second, guys. Just 1 second. I'm just doing as we go. Okay, this is just coming in right now, folks. Look at this. This is from Newsmax. I wanted you to see this. Sorry if I'm clearing my throat. It really hurts. I need to get a drink. Not that kind of drink. Just a drink of water or my favorite drink that I like, the fruit punch. I think I'll do that. Let's see how my throat feels. That's what happens when you do a live show, folks. You do a lot of talking. It messes with your throat. It makes it sometimes scratchy. That's common among talk show hosts. They usually have that. That's why they always have a bottle of water down there. Oh boy, hold on a second. Why is this video not loading? Hold on. Okay, here we go.
U.S. Central Command has confirmed that al-Assad...
Okay. Here we go. I'm placing this on the screen now for you all. Okay, check this out. 3 U.S. troops killed in Jordan by Iran-backed terrorists. Okay, Newsmax. Check them out. They're a really good site to go to. President Joe Biden said Sunday the U.S. shall respond after 3 American troops were killed. Let's see what they're talking about here.
Back to American agenda. U.S. Central Command has confirmed that al-Assad Air Base in western Iraq was targeted by Iranian-backed forces utilizing several theater ballistic missiles and rockets.
Our foreign correspondent Shelby Wouter has the very latest on this story, and she joins us live now with the details. Hey, Shelby.
Hi, it's great to be with you. Well, there's a lot to unpack here as tension in the Middle East continue to escalate. I'm actually going to hit another point that we just heard and has come through. Yemen's Houthi rebels claim that they had attacked yet.
You know, folks, this seems like everything is going into it seems like all hell's about to break loose. You know, another couple months from now, I predict that if it does happen, it's going to be all kinds of stuff going on at the same time. Wars everywhere, civil war in the United States, smoke in the air from all the wars. You'll literally flip on the news and see LA with riots because of a civil war, New York with riots because of a civil war. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it could happen, okay? We don't want it to happen, but these are the end times, folks. Let me continue with this video.
Another ship in the Gulf of Aden today, but the U.S. military just denied these claims within the last half hour. However, the Iranian-backed Houthis show no signs of stopping their continued attacks on global shipping, as we have seen unfold in recent weeks. But going back to our main story and providing updates on the situation that unfolded over the weekend, as you both had mentioned, on Saturday, a suspected Israeli strike in Syria killed 5 Iranian military advisors, including the Iranian Revolutionary Guard's intelligence chief for Syria. The explosion in the Syrian capital of Damascus destroyed a residential building where Iranian advisors assisting Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's regime were located. When asked about the strike, Israel's military said it does not comment on foreign reports, but in recent weeks, Israel has been accused of carrying out strikes on Iranian-aligned figures and their proxy allies in Syria and Lebanon, for example. Following the Israeli strike, Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi vowed to respond, and as a result, within a matter of hours, Iranian-backed militants attacked the al-Assad air base in Iraq, which hosts U.S. and Iraqi troops. The base came under fire on Saturday by the Islamic resistance, and they had launched ballistic missiles and rockets. U.S. Central Command said that the U.S. Patriot missile systems intercepted most. However, there were reports that U.S. personnel suffered minor injuries and a member of Iraq's security forces was more seriously wounded. The statement from Central Command did not confirm the extent of the injuries, but said personnel were being evaluated for traumatic brain injury. About 2,500 U.S. troops are deployed in Iraq to help combat remnants of the Islamic State. This strike was only the latest in an incident with a series of attacks that have been targeting U.S. forces since the Israel-Hamas war began. White House Deputy National Security Advisor John Viner said yesterday, quote, "It was a very serious attack using a capability of ballistic missiles and posed a genuine threat," end quote. He emphasized that the U.S. would respond and hold these groups accountable, as there are deepening fears, as we know and we have been covering, of a widening conflict in an already unstable region. Otherwise, that's the latest from me here in London. I'm handing it back to you both.
Shelby, horrible news. Thank you so much for sharing the.
That, folks, my friend, that can escalate into something serious. World War III is at a point of no return, folks. Okay, it's not going away. This war stuff's permanent, folks. That's just my personal opinion. I don't see it going away. Okay, we are about to see something we've never seen the likes of this world's ever going to see before. And God is on the throne. He's in control. So no matter how this stuff should not really frighten you, it doesn't frighten me, because I know how it all ends, folks. It ends with the rapture of the church. Okay? I know how it ends. I'm not worried one bit. God's on the throne still. He's not going to let this planet completely destroy itself. The day that happens, trust me, the day he will destroy the world when he is ready. And we know that's going to happen when he builds a new earth and new heavens. That's at the end of the 1,000 years. Look it up in the Bible. So I got a whole bunch of people on here. I appreciate all the likes and the subscribes. Folks, if you haven't subscribed, it only takes a second of your time. Hit that button. It's free to subscribe. Smash the like button, please, folks. It helps. It helps out a lot for this channel. Hey, Wild West. Happy Sunday to you, too. Thank you for subscribing, Crystal. Okay, well, let me do this while I am looking here. Let me just see something here while I do that. You guys hold tight for a second here. Okay, I don't need that. I don't need that one. I don't need that article here. Let me just pull up another article here, guys. I have it in a little special folder here. Let me delete that one. Okay, that one's old. That's an old article. That's 2 days old. I want something brand new. Give me a second, guys. And like I said, a lot of people on YouTube are saying that a civil war is about to break out, and I agree with that. This can get pretty dangerous. You know, war could come to our home front, folks, if either you know it or not. And you know, many people have said that 2024 will be the year of war, and I totally agree with those people. That's 4 days ago. Let me turn that off. This is from 1 day ago. Oh boy, let me just pull this up here. Okay, I want you all to see this. This is something it caught my eyes, pretty disturbing. It's about Putin preparing for a nuclear war, and it's an eye-opening video. These people are really good. Subscribe to WION News channel. It's a really good channel. And I'm going to go ahead and play this for you. Read the title if you're looking at the screen, everybody. Here we go.
As the war in Ukraine continues, NATO has kicked off its largest military drills all across Eastern Europe. Russia, on the other hand, is busy training its forces for a nuclear explosion as it tests an advanced simulator. Why is NATO conducting its largest military drills right in the face of Russia? Why does Russia need a realistic nuclear explosion simulator? Are these indications that the next nuclear war is likely to take place in Europe? I'm Shivan Chandna. Welcome to Game Plan. NATO forces have kick-started Steadfast Defender 2024, their largest military exercise since 1988. 90,000 troops from the US and allied nations in Europe are taking part. The exercise will continue for over 3 months. Over 50 warships will take part, as will more than 80 fighter jets, helicopters, drones, and at least 1,100 combat vehicles. Some of the major locations of the drills will be Germany, Norway, Romania, and there will be keen focus on the Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, all of which border Russian territory. Through these drills, NATO plans to show Russia just how fast it can deploy its advanced multinational land, air, maritime, and special operations forces to Poland on the alliance's eastern flank. Now, Poland, of course, borders Russia's close ally, Belarus, and Russia has not taken well to these plans, calling it an irrevocable return to Cold War schemes. Just days after NATO's largest drills were announced, Russia's state media released its latest patent, a realistic nuclear explosion simulator. The simulator is for ground-based nuclear explosions that will help prepare Russian soldiers for combat operations. It will help in preparing Russia's radiation, chemical, biological, ground reconnaissance forces personnel in how to determine the parameters and epicenter of a nuclear explosion. To explain why the situation is so volatile, I want to show you US nuclear weapons storage sites in Europe, along with US ally nations which possess nukes of their own. And now here's a look at Russia's nuclear weapons storage sites. But along with these sites, Russia also positioned its nukes in Belarus last year. And do not forget that Kaliningrad in NATO's underbelly, where Russia had allegedly positioned its nuclear assets as well. Now, this is how close NATO and Russia have their nuclear assets placed, and Europe is sandwiched in the middle. To remind you, Russia had warned in 2022 that if Finland and Sweden applied to join NATO, Russia would have to restore the nuclear balance in the Baltics. Cut to 2024, Finland has already become a NATO member state, and Sweden is just one step away from becoming one. Now, here's where things get worse. Sweden, which is not yet a part of NATO, will also take part in NATO's Steadfast Defender drills, which will surely anger Russia more. Belarus and Kaliningrad, in the midst of Eastern Europe, are Russia's nuclear-armed strategic spots. All these factors are making Europe the next possible theater for a nuclear war, if matters escalate further. What do you feel? Let me know in the comments.
Wow, that's crazy, folks. You see how this is all coming together, folks? You see how quickly this stuff is going, folks? Because we are going to see it, folks. We're going to see it in our lifetime. We're going to see everything happen. It could be all this year. All this stuff could go down this year, folks. If it does, that means it's going to end with the rapture. This civil war that could happen, it could very well end with the rapture, folks. I believe it personally, deep down, that, remember, there's a lot of Christians in this country, folks. This country was founded on God. We're going to see it. It could happen out of all this. And this, us being dragged into nuclear war into Russia and all that. NATO doing huge exercise they haven't done in a long time, folks. Big exercises are going on everywhere now, folks. And something about Jade Helm that happened years ago, back in, I don't know, about 10 years ago, well, probably less than that. And that they say that was connected to this civil war that's probably, they knew it was coming down the road, and they were, you know, doing drills. Look up Jade Helm, folks. It happened. Tiffany, you remember Jade Helm? I covered that a long time ago. And it was connected to something that could happen in the United States. And here we are in 2024. This whole thing, you draw a connection to Jade Helm. There's a connection between this civil war and Jade Helm is probably what's going on here. They knew something was up. We don't know what they're talking about behind closed doors. We don't know what the president is planning right now. Friday was the deadline to cut the barbed wire, folks. Okay? And they haven't done it yet. And Biden said, or else. That's what he said in his warning. Now we're hearing of the troops are being sent to Texas right now. I saw videos, folks, of Army personnel, and I looked on the right of their bodies. They all had rifles in their hands. That's bullets, folks. Live ammunition being carried. Do you know what that means, folks? Look it up. In the last Civil War, bullets were flying everywhere. People were dying everywhere. Could this be the new Civil War that's about to happen again, folks? We'll see. We don't want it to happen, folks. I don't want to see a lot of people die, okay? No fun seeing that. But it could happen because we're living in the last days, folks. Okay? This time is about up. Okay? God is getting ready to yell time up. He's had enough. He is about to wrap up history, folks. Are you understanding me? He's about done with this crap. Yes, well, Wes, I agree. Thank you, Ken. Thanks for checking us out. Hit the subscribe, folks. Hit that button. It only takes a second. It's free to do it. And hit the like button. I like all the likes I'm getting on this show. Appreciate it. Boy. Tiffany, you should do a live show sometime. Talk about prophecy. Anyways, let me pull up our next video here. It's not really a video, it's an article. Okay? This is from, wrong page. That's my live view thing there. Sorry about that. I don't know why. This thing, I was supposed to put this on this screen here. Hold on 1 second here. Okay, will it work this time? I should have had it ready. But if you look right there, folks, this is WND. Check them out. They're a really good website. WorldNet Daily, I believe it's called. Look at this. U.S. Could the U.S. get dragged into another endless conflict in the Middle East? Oh, of course. It's already happening. Escalating firefight between Yemen-based Houthis, rebels, and U.S. forces in the Red Sea is not likely to simmer down until the Biden administration stops a circle of self-sabotage that could lead us into an extended conflict, which I believe can lead to the World War III. All right. All right, let me get out of that one. Invasion of Israel. They're all talking about this on this page. I'm just kind of looking at this page here. Wow, man. There's just no end to all this, folks. There's never going to be an end to it. Wow, look at this YouTuber.
All right, this is a major.
Now I'm not going to play his video because this guy here, I'm not going to say anything about his faith, but he still has a really nice channel. But I'm just going to read you what his channel is saying This was released 55 minutes ago. It says, red alert, U.S. may start World War III tonight. Iran on the highest alert. Israel, nuclear targets. German bunkers. So this guy is confident it's going to start tonight. Folks, if that is true, then we would be out of here in the next 24 hours. That's just my belief. But, yeah, this is crazy, folks. Okay. Okay. 2 days ago. That happened 3 days ago. I'm trying to give you the most current stuff, folks. All right, give me 1 second here. I'm going to look up something really quick here. Wow. Oh boy, this guy, he got banned from YouTube. They don't want him on there. Off-grid desert. Paul and Adrian, I don't know if you ever heard of him, but he got banned from YouTube. He's not allowed on there no more. Apparently he was speaking too much of the truth and they didn't like it. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I'm not saying that's what really, but you get what I mean. I don't understand why he didn't put any articles on here. It's not listing all the sources of it. Your last warning, which one is your Lord? Your decision will determine where you end up. That is so true. Nice title for that video. Wow, it's 11:21. I can't believe how fast this show is moving. Okay, just give me a second here. Okay. Let me get out of that. Okay. This guy is really good too. I'm going to play a little bit of his video. Please show your support by subscribing to his channel. I'm going to put him up on here any second. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to put him up on here. I personally subscribed. This guy is really awesome. He's very good. He's on top of the news. He's talking about Iran, USA vows retaliation. So, like I said, I know why these people are saying that World War III could start tonight. The one video and this one now saying it is because 3 of our soldiers were killed. This is really bad, folks. If this is what I'm thinking, okay? Get ready to pack your bags, folks. It could happen. The rapture could take. If World War III could happen tonight, the rapture could happen tonight. All is possible, folks, okay? Don't rule it out. So, I'm going to go ahead and put this up on the screen for you to see. Check him out, Steve Ram. I subscribe to him. He's a very good channel. I'm going to play some of his stuff here. You got to hear this. Look at this. Breaking Iran hit... hold on. Breaking hit Iran hard. U.S. vows retaliation. World War III. Here, let's hear what he says.
Some pretty incredible developing news coming out today, January 28th, 2024. As coming out, headlines in the past couple hours, Republicans, the GOP, call upon the Biden administration to strike Iran after U.S. service members lost their lives in attacks that took place today. Now, more headlines coming out as the United States saying they will be responding to this. We shall respond. Biden warns militants after 3 U.S. troops lose their lives in Jordan. There were assaults that took place today that marked the first time that American service members in the Middle East have lost lives due to the violence that spiked from October's attack with Hamas and Israel. So this is now intensifying, and a lot of people are saying this could be the thing that escalates the United States to officially entering into war. Now, we had heard that Iran has already said they're pretty much at war with the United States, but there's not been an official declaration. Let me know your thoughts. Is this going to be intensifying things now to the point where we are going to be on the brink of World War III? If you believe so, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Put a 3. If you think no, we're going to be okay, we're going to avoid World War III, put a 4. But this has escalated things today. The Biden administration vowing a response. Republicans saying that we need to strike Iran. We need to strike them hard. We need to strike them now. And articles coming out today as well that Tucker Carlson is responding to this, calling the Republicans lunatics.
Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to switch over to my internal browser, which is this right here, so I don't want to black the screen out. Let me go to this mode real quick. Can't use that. Oops, I did it again. Okay, I don't have time to do that, I guess. Man, sorry about that, folks. I shouldn't have done that. I am my deepest apologies, guys. Give me 1 second here. Just 1 second. Hang in there, folks.
That's why, despite the massive criminality and corruption of the Clintons, the Bidens, the Obamas, and all the rest, none of them ever get indicted or ever get investigated. They're totally protected by...
Some pretty incredible developing news coming out. There were assaults.
Okay, guys. Let me just fix this. I wanted to use this for this internal browser. Give me a second, guys. I apologize. That's not where that's supposed to be, is it? Nope. Give me 1 more second. Okay, here we go.
Assaults that took place today that marked the first time that American service members in the Middle East have lost lives due to the violence that spiked from October's attack with Hamas and Israel. So this is now intensifying, and a lot of people are saying this could be the thing that escalates the United States to officially entering into war. Now, we had heard that Iran has already said they're pretty much at war with the United States, but there's not been an official declaration. Let me know your thoughts. Is this going to be intensifying things now to the point where we are going to be on the brink of World War III? If you believe so, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Put a 3. If you think no, we're going to be okay, we're going to avoid World War III, put a 4. But this has escalated things today. The Biden administration vowing a response. Republicans saying that we need to strike Iran. We need to strike them hard. We need to strike them now. And articles coming out today as well that Tucker Carlson is responding to this, calling the Republicans lunatics, using profanity, saying Republicans, their calls for attacks or strikes against the Iranian military. This is insane, he is saying. This is going to lead to massive, massive war. Warnings coming out from Tucker Carlson today telling them to pull it back. This is escalating too much. But let me know your thoughts as we're seeing troops in the Middle East hit today. The most devastating attack that we have seen so far, losing lives of our U.S. troops. And like I said, this all coming out today, and the GOP is saying that the Biden administration's responses to what's going on in the Middle East is weak, and that is why this is continuing on. And that is why we saw the loss of 3 troops' lives today. And these articles, I'm going to be adding them to the community page afterwards. There's some words in the titles and things that I cannot say on YouTube. So I want to be able to share this with you guys, not have the message be compromised. And if you appreciate the breaking news updates, do me a favor, hit the like button. I see we've got almost 1,000 people in the room already. 200 likes. Can we get that to 500? Can I get 300 people? Just half of the room to hit the like button if you appreciate the updates. I see people's putting the prayer hands for the attacks that took place today. Yes. And this is definitely going to escalate things. And we're hearing that Biden is saying that there will be a response.
All right, guys. Yeah, you can check him out. Go over his site and check that out. He was streaming just a little bit ago. As you can see, the stream chat record like we do here. Let me go back to me again. I had to switch over to the internal software browser. There was a little conflict there with the browser I was using. So only one problem about this software browser, it doesn't let me have a back button, which I'm going to figure out how to do back and forth on the back button. But I could do that on my own time. I definitely want to go to War News 24/7. It's a great site to check out. That you have to translate it to English. I believe they're in Greek. So let's see what they're talking about over here. And I'm going to have to use the browser for this, of course. Give me a second here. Translate it over to English. And I'm going to show you everything that's going on there. And I'm also going to pull up the DEF CON site. Even though it's not really the full official, but they're probably getting it from somewhere. They gotta be. DEF CON official site. Okay, hold on a second here. Let's see where it's at. I don't know why I keep pulling up that site all the time. I gotta go to the one that goes, okay. I'm looking at the DEF CON warning system site. And let me just take you to the DEF CON site first before I get into all the news here. Well, I am beginning into the news already, but okay, that's weird. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I don't know why that just did that. Here we go. You should be seeing it on the screen right now, folks. Got a piece of hair in my mouth. Okay. There it is, folks. The DEF CON warning system. Let's see where we're at. Mideast, they're on 1 still. They're still on 1. Africa, 2. Cyber, 2. Europe is on 2. Asia, 2. The USA is on 2. Wow, we're 1 step from nuclear war, folks. Are you seeing this, folks? This was updated for the 29th, the next day, 4:33 a.m. Excuse me, UTC time. Let's go right over to this site here. Here's the site I told you about. Okay? War News 24/7. That's what it's called. You can translate it. It's in Greek. So I translate it to English. Deep constitutional crisis in the USA. Bombshell with Texas and Southern Confederacy. Biden violated the contract. Says the 25 states sharpened their weapons. You know, I'm seeing videos, folks, of tanks and artillery headed to Texas. I don't know if all those videos are legit. Some may be. But we're seeing videos of Army personnel, National Guard, walking in a line like they're headed to a bus to go to Texas. So let's see this video real quick right here.
Texas and those 13 original colonies would have never signed the treaty that formed the first Constitution of the United States if they didn't think that their right to protect themselves and defend their own people was protected. So what Joe Biden is doing is...
Okay, that was a short video there. Let me just read a little bit of it for you, folks. The conflict between Biden administration and the 25 states that stand by Texas is developing into a profound constitutional crisis. What a bold statement. A while ago, the American media reported that several officials are studying the text that is the succession of Texas and other states will lead to the change of the U.S. Constitution with the creation of a confederacy. Did anybody hear about Texas branching off into its own country? Something about that I heard. Huh. Oh, come on. It's not translating. U.S. on the brink of civil war. 25 states have activated the Constitution and deployed National Guard preparing for battles with Biden forces. Wow, folks. This was on the 26th. Look at this picture, folks. That says it all right there. I believe they took video of this. This is probably where I saw that video. Look at that woman standing proud right there for her country. Boots are on the ground, folks. Never thought the Civil War would be fought like this, if it happens. But they're all armed and loaded and ready to go, folks. Huh. Wow. What a time to be alive, folks. Are you seeing this right now, folks? Okay? This is not nothing to play around with. Past 24 hours now. This article was written a couple days ago. The United States of America has been standing on the precipice, can't say the word, of a second civil war, with 25 of the 50 states that have publicly sided with Texas against a ruthless and illegal handling of the illegal immigration by a federal government. Wow, that's what this is what they're saying on here. So I'm gonna go back to this page now. I believe that was the page I just covered. Yep. Russia destroys Ukrainian SAM-T air defense system. Kyiv admitted that the shot down Zelensky has inner circle, legitimate target. Okay. This is more the front page news now of everything, that every topic. This is what's happening that's hot right now. Especially when it's on our own soil. Look at this. We are running out of time. German Ministry of Defense. We are going to war with Russia. All we hear is war, 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 folks. Okay? That's all we're hearing. Okay? I mean, wars and rumors of wars. Pestilence. Okay? And I won't even get into pestilence because I don't want to, say something sensitive on YouTube. So, but you know that something's getting ready to happen soon down the road. With it, we know that pestilence is in the Bible, and we know that it's going to happen everywhere because Jesus said it will. That's why I say it. Jesus is backing me up. How's that for backup? The Bible backs me up, because it says it in our Bible. Open the book up, you'll see it. Okay, I'm just seeing what's going on in the chat room here, folks. Just taking a quick time out. Chat room rate looks pretty good. No worries, Tiffany. Okay. Let's get out of that page here. Give me 1 second here. Almost clicked off the show. That would have shut it down probably. Oh, let's see here. Hold on a second here. All right, NY Prepper is live again. I wonder what he's talking about. Wow, check this out, folks. He is live again. Okay, you guys got your slow mode on. Anyways, I want you all to see this, alright? Give me 1 second. NY Prepper is on. He's live, okay? Apparently these pictures are live images. Iranian proxies, emergency alert, multiple. You know, folks, we got a civil war coming. Possibly. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but a possibility it could. And we got 3 U.S. soldiers dead. Now we're going to respond. Russian military evacuates from Syrian base. Anticipate airstrike. It just seems like all hell's breaking loose, folks. I mean, we got civil war. We got the 3 soldiers. Now Biden's... I mean, it's almost more than you can eat off the plate. That's how bad this is getting. We're getting ready to go into a new month. And I think things are escalating every month and getting a little bit worse each month. Okay? So we're now put an X time how bad things got last month in January. Put an X time worse, a little worse, bad to a little bit worse. So... this year, boys, is getting rapidly bad quickly. So hang on, folks. Hang in there. We're almost home, buddy. We're going home. But there it is. Let me get out of NY Prepper's thing there. This is nuts, folks. NY Preppers. I knew it was going to get this bad this year. I knew it was going to get this bad. I just had a feeling. I said, watch, this year's going to be a game changer when we get to 24. Bring it on, buddy. I'm ready for whatever 24 is going to throw at us. It all means one thing. We're going home, folks. That's what it all means. Is screaming the word rapture, rapture every time things get worse. Because I know how it ends. I'm not worried a bit about it because I know how it ends. It ends with the rapture for us. For the rest of the world, it ends in chaos and Antichrist comes. Of course, he'll calm it all down really quick. But it ends, the day of the rapture is going to be, the world's going to plunge into chaos right away as soon as the rapture. Everything's going to go mad on that very second. Alien ships, I don't know if that's going to happen, if they could show up. We know it's all fakery from Satan himself. Their demon hordes want to show up. Be my guests. We have nothing to fear, folks. We have the Spirit of Christ. The Holy Spirit is in us. God says don't be frightened by this because we know where it ends for us. So... yeah, he covers that really good, man. He's very technical on his stuff. He'll name the type of tanks they're using. He's like, I call him Mr. Model Numbers. He knows every type of ship out. He gives the name and the class and how many missiles it's stored in it. And he's real technical about his stuff. And I don't really try to do that because, you know, a lot of people don't care too much about the semantics of how much of a ship holds. It's helpful to learn about your stuff, but you know, he's a prepper, so, and he's a God-fearing, believing Christian like us. I don't know why. I mean, I get it. You know, we're not guaranteed a rapture if right now if things pop off, but it can happen. But he knows. I don't know if he believes in the rapture. I don't know if is he post-trib or mid-trib, but he's really keen on surviving. You know, and I get it. We should have water and food storage, but he's gone all the way to the max, thinking that he's going to be here during the worst times of the future. I don't think he should have to worry about all that. And why, if you get this message, you're going up in the rapture. You have your escape already cut out for you. So if you're doing this for others that are non-believers, have at it, okay? Our preparation is Jesus Christ in our hearts. That's our preparation. The door of the ark is opening up for us, and then it's going to quickly slam behind us. And that's it. All the rest of the people are left behind. They have to endure the entire tribulation. That's 7 years of, 3 years of the it'll be really bad the last 3.5 years. Okay. All right. I mean, what was I going to do next? Oh, yeah. Let's get the latest here. Battle. This is 3 hours ago.
Hi, I'm Nicole Hockley from Sandy Hook Promise. I know this is hard to hear, but it's important.
The border battle is intensifying tonight. We know in Washington.
All right, let's hear this video. Check out News Nation. Give them a subscribe. I cannot do that within the internal browser, the software, but I do it on the outside of the browser. But here we go.
Border battle is intensifying tonight. We know in Washington, House Republicans are officially launching an impeachment effort against Alejandro Mayorkas now. This is not a common move. Only once in American history has a cabinet secretary been impeached.
That looks like Jeff Bezos.
The GOP lawmakers are blaming the Homeland Security Secretary for the massive border crisis as CBP confirms a record 302,000 migrants crossing the border in December. Now, the articles of impeachment accusing Mayorkas of high crimes and misdemeanors and claiming impeachment is Congress's only viable option. Now, Democrats are calling it a politically motivated stunt, and the DHS has labeled this a farce. President Biden, meanwhile, vowing to shut down the border when it becomes overwhelmed, provided that Congress passes a new bipartisan border security bill. Biden saying, quote, "If given that authority, I would use it the day I signed the bill into law." But Biden's comments shot down by Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, who said, quote, "He knows that it is untrue. He can and must take executive action immediately to reverse the catastrophe he has created." And all of this is happening in the midst of a turf war in the Eagle Pass community between the federal government and the state of Texas. And
let me play that one more time. Did you hear the word turf war? That's a civil war, folks. Look up the history of a civil war, how it happened. When you get a chance, look how it got started and what a civil war was back when it happened. Sounds like the same thing almost, it looks like again, for the building blocks of the one that took place. Listen to this again.
Unity between the federal government and the state of Texas. And that's where in the Eagle Pass, a turf war immediately is created. And all of this is happening in the midst of a turf war in the Eagle Pass community between the federal government and the state of Texas. And that's where we find News Nation correspondent Jorge Ventura tonight. Jorge, how do things look at the border?
Natasha, while the main focus here in Eagle Pass has been Shelby Park following that Supreme Court ruling that will allow federal agents to cut through the razor wire here, federal officials and Texas state officials are actually adding even more of that razor wire here on the Texas border. Take a look at the scene here. This is International Bridge 2 here in Eagle Pass. And look at this, just multiple layers of new razor wire added by Texas officials following that Supreme Court ruling. Now, if you remember this location here last month, this was actually used as a staging area by Border Patrol agents, where this area saw more than 71,000 migrant encounters just in the month of December.
Well, it sounds to me, folks, that they're really putting up this wire and they're waiting for something. So if they break through the first wire, it gives them time to fire on these guys that are breaking through their border. I'm talking the opposing or the other militaries that are going to go through that wire. Much as I don't like to say it, but that's kind of like my opinion, what I think is going on with that. So it wouldn't make sense if you put one in there instead of 2 layers, because if they get through the first layer, you know, it gives them no time to react. But while they're breaking through the first layer, they got time to react because they have one more layer they have to go through to get their act to act upon what they're going to do. So this is going to be something to see, folks.
At one point, News Nation actually saw up to 3,000 migrants waiting here in the staging area, awaiting to be processed. Now, what Texas officials are telling News Nation is the reason that they've installed a new razor wire here and essentially have blocked off the staging area is they do not want to see the same scenes they saw here last month. They do not want to encourage any more large groups of migrants to cross illegally, knowing that they'll be awaited to be processed here near International Bridge 2. And this is all coming, as you mentioned, Natasha, earlier today when GOP-led House Committee released draft articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. House Republicans accusing Mayorkas of willful and systematic refusal to comply with the law for his role in the humanitarian crisis, what they say. And beginning tomorrow, a motorcade from Virginia, a trucker convoy, is set to take off from Virginia and will be reaching here Eagle Pass on February 3rd. Make sure to follow News Nation coverage. We will have our own Tom Dempsey covering that convoy from Virginia, and we'll have that coverage when they arrive here in Eagle Pass starting February 3rd. Natasha.
And we appreciate it. Jorge Ventura live.
Alright guys, I'm going to give you my final thoughts before I wrap the show up. Right now, we're seeing this stuff happening at a really, really alarming, fast-paced rate. Like I've never seen before. When we hit 24, folks, this stuff just suddenly ramped up really quick on day 1 of the new year. I don't know about you guys, but it sounds like this year is a good year candidate for the Rapture because of the way it started out. Now Israel's in the picture, folks. Okay? They are now in the picture because now they're at war. And they haven't been at war before October 7th of 2023. All those previous months of that year before October 7th and all the previous years before that, there wasn't much going on. Now when Israel gets involved, it's a game changer. That's why I believe that like I said, this is now a whole new ballpark we're getting into. And now this with the Civil War thing. And like I said, in this show, earlier, if you wind it back, you'll see why I think this Civil War took place. All of a sudden, we're trying to divide Israel. All of a sudden, God's like, no, I'm going to shut down the United States. Well, he's not going to shut it down. There's an X over it, and now a civil war? Really? So that's how he's going to divide this country. I always thought it was an earthquake. I don't know about you guys. I thought that any country tries to divide Israel, he'll divide the country by splitting the country in half with a big earthquake. That's a lot of destruction. But a civil war, wow, I didn't think of that. So that's how he's going to do it, it looks like, folks. It could be. You know, I might be wrong. I'm not claimed to be right on here all the time. So, yep. What are your thoughts, folks? What do you think's going to happen over the next 48 hours or even the next whole week? We have two things that are hot right now. Those 3 soldiers that were killed Okay? That's going on. Okay? That can cause a huge escalation with the United States with that. And this thing with the border crisis, the civil war, possibility of a civil war taking place. Two major developments in the past 4 days. That's a jump. That's a huge jump in stuff, folks. Okay? Wow, man. My head is like spinning because that's how fast things are moving in 2024. So, hey, Steven, thank you for all your support on this show. Wow, folks. Hey, listen. Well, we got 5 minutes left before we go off air. Let me just wrap up with this. I got 5 minutes left. The way we're headed right now, folks, you cannot mess around with the time, the way it's moving. Time is speeding up. He's shortening the days, it looks like. I've never seen the time fly like this in my life. And God's getting ready to wrap up history, folks. He's getting ready to wrap this whole show up. And we're going to be out of here anytime now. And I want you to do right now, if you're one of those people that are maybe watching this show right now, or just one of those people out there that says, I'll wait and decide and see what happens. That's okay, right? Just wait and see what happens. But remember this, you could be killed in a car accident or have a heart attack, or something can happen to you. And that's it. Your next dying breath is spent in hell because you didn't believe in Jesus Christ. Or the rapture could happen and you'll miss the rapture. Folks, don't wait another minute. Do it now. You see what's happening. I just pointed it all out to you, what is happening in our world. All the way, all this year is a very busy year so far, obviously. The Lord is up to something this year, I think, if it's gotten this busy this fast on day one of the beginning of the new year. So, folks, all you got to do is pray to Jesus, say, I love you, Jesus. I want you to come in my heart and save me from my sins. I trust in your shed blood to wash away all my sins. I believe you died on the cross and rose again on the third day. Please save me now. I receive you today. Be the Lord of my life. I want to change for you, God. I want to get closer to you, and I want to believe. I don't want to miss the rapture, God. I don't want to be stuck here and go down this sinking ship with the rest of them. And God, I pray for all those people. You pray that prayer right now and truly mean it with all your heart. God will send you the Holy Spirit, and you will be saved and you'll be welcomed into the heavenly family up there. So you'll be good to go when it happens. Okay? You'll be ready to departure out of here. Okay? Arrivals, Satan's army and aliens, departures, us, destination, heaven, ETA, 1/10 of a second. I got my ticket ready. Do you have your flight ticket ready? Let's go home, folks. It's time. I love to hear the horn blow. So let's do this, folks. We got this. We're almost at the finish line. Okay? We're right there. Our foot is touching the finish line. We just got to jump through it, and we're done. Our work is finished here. All right? All right, guys. One last time, smash the like button if you like this show, and hit subscribe. It's free. Okay? To subscribe to this channel. All right? I don't know if I'm going to be live tomorrow night. Depends on the news. Depends how hot the news is. I'll go live if I have to. I'll just do a regular upload if it's just regular news. But if it's really hot, something major, or something I haven't covered, because I had to work these past 2 days. I was real busy Saturday. I had to go in early. Sorry, I told everybody I was going to put something out on that. Then I'll go live if it does. So guys, thank you for tuning in tonight. Departure heaven, folks. We're going up. I got my ticket. You got that right. Yes, I got mine ready too. I had my ticket when I was young, man. All right. Tiffany, thank you for being our moderator tonight, folks. Give it up for Tiffany. She's our moderator. So far, she didn't have to kick anybody out. That's good. Everybody's behaving. That's good. Thank you, Steven. Thank you all for showing up tonight, guys. I'm getting ready to press the end live stream button. All right, guys. Good night. Love y'all. We'll see you in the clouds. All right, it's 12 o'clock, right on the nose. And the new day. It's now the 29th. The next 24 hours, I can only imagine what can happen in the next 24 hours. Thank you, Tiffany. All right, guys. Good night. Thanks again for everybody for showing up. You people were amazing tonight. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Love y'all. Eyes to the sky. Keep your eyes to the sky, folks. Have a good night.